Hello everybody, Small Van Driver on the 6, sitting outside on our decking. It's Sunday night, 6 o'clock. Oh, it's been a busy week, it's been a busy weekend. I've just got back, we got back about an hour ago. Been out all day with the grandkids, two daughters. They've been paddle boarding, I've been fishing. It's been a beautiful day down here in Northampton, so hope everyone's alright. Let's go back to last week in the life of. I sort of put this one as proper small van CX driving because I didn't have anything large at all. The largest thing I carried this week, I think, was plastic tub, four plastic tubs, and I had a fair few parcels for in every depot, but no pallets, no big stuff. It was all under 10 kilos, really. So let's see if we can rattle through it. Fuel prices, absolutely pants. The cheapest fuel I've got with VAT is 147. It was 123.27. So 147.92, which works out at 148. But the fuel around here at the moment in Northampton is 153 to 155. So it still saves you 5p, but it's going up. But my week started normally Monday to Friday, I do, but it didn't. It started Sunday last week, a week ago today. I was looking at the feed Sunday evening, about which I've just done to see if there's anything for tomorrow and for the Monday, like, and there was a job on there, pick up Daventry at 9 o'clock on a Sunday night and deliver it to Stockbridge, which is between Andover and Southampton. And it was said small item, one small item. It was to meet an engineer the next morning. And I thought, well, not being funny, it was a really nice weather. There was nothing else doing Sunday. I thought, well, if I go and pick that up, if I put a big quote in, which I did, because it's Sunday night, I could drive it down there Sunday night, park up, tramp in the van late Sunday night, and deliver it Monday. It gives me a really good start. So put in a big quote, and including the mileage getting there, and got it. And when I picked it up, and sure enough, it was a jiffy bag with one item in for an engineer. The next morning to be delivered at 8 o'clock. And drove down to Stockbridge. I got to Stockbridge about 11:10. I'd already set the van up with all my gear in, as in camp bed, all that, and slept pretty well. Although it pissed down a rain all night, but that's another story. But that's what it is. Anyway, we did that job and we dropped it off at 7:45. But I'd already booked another job in from Thatcham to Warwick, which I see was on the CX as well, and it wasn't picking up until 9 o'clock. And I was delivering at 8 o'clock. And I thought if I just get it delivered and I can still get the Thatcham, and it was one big box. Say big box, it wasn't massive either. And it was going to Warwick, well, Gaydon. It was going to a car place in Gaydon, famous cars, everyone knows. And got pretty good money for that, which got me to Warwick. And I thought, well, that's good enough for the day. But it wasn't just that. I got another small job from Coventry to Toaster. And this is still lunchtime, by the way. It's still early. Because I'd already got to Stockbridge, it was all good. Money was good. And the last job took me over target. So I did the Coventry to Toaster, and it was in Toaster. And again, it was just four small plastic boxes. And I got pretty good money for it. And I went home from there. So I was finished at 2. I was home at 2 on Monday. So I started at 7:15, 7:30. And I was home at 2, although I did the 3 hours the night before. So still made it an okay day. And then the rest of the week, I had 4 early starts, working for the company just down the road from where I live. And he got jobs each and every morning, and well paid. Tuesday, I picked up from there and did 2 drops to Solihull and Droitwich, which I was on the road at 5:30 and dropped them off. And then I got a job, second job. There were only 2 small boxes as well. Second job was a pick up 2 firms to go into an Hermes depot in Birmingham, which, yeah, it's a pain. It was 70 small parcels at one, but the 2 ladies helped me on with them, and the next one only had 1. And then we dropped that in either, you're back in, you put them in a cage, you get your paperwork signed. It's what it is. You have to do the work yourself, but it's okay. And I'm in Birmingham looking for work. I decided I was going to drive down out of Birmingham and I went down to Coventry to the services, Cawley Services, and there was a job on there from Daventry to Brackley, which was with a really good shipper who I do a fair bit of work for. She's a lovely lady, and I put a job in, quote in for it, including the mileage getting from Cawley Services. Told her where I was. She said that's fine. I'll send it over to you, and I finished at Brackley Tuesday. So again, not many dead miles at all. Um, and then Wednesday, another early start, even earlier, 5 o'clock start. So I'm getting early starts, but I'm finishing around about. I finished Tuesday at up as 3, and 5 o'clock start Wednesday, and I had a job to Worcester. Just one drop in Worcester. Got to be there between 7:30, and it was. And I thought I might struggle to get a job out of Worcester at that time of the morning. Definitely, it's not the best place in the world. And I waited probably about half an hour, and yeah, job come up just after 8 o'clock, going to Birmingham from Worcester. Again, it was a piece of pipe, a half-metre length of pipe, and it had to go to the boring centre. And I know the boring centre through doing John Lewis deliveries in there. So I know where the service yard is. If you don't know it, it can be a pain to get to it because there's all bloody traffic road works going on. But we did that and dropped it into the boring and found the engineer who'd smashed a pipe. So we had to replace it. And that job was pretty easy. And I moved out of there and managed to park not far away in a side street, which is quite difficult in Birmingham. But I did. And then a job come up picking up Birmingham, but it was 8 miles away from it. It was from a residential address. So he was a solicitor, and it was to go to Luton, which suited me fine because it gets me a good amount of money on the job, and it was well paid. And I'm in Luton. I've gone past Northampton, and I'm 35 miles from home. So that was a good day. And again, I was home at 2:45 finished. So although I'm starting early, I'm finishing early. So that's okay by me. And then Thursday, I started at 6:15. So it suits me down to the ground. I don't mind. It's yeah, you're tired getting up, but I'd rather get up and get on. And again, it was two really small boxes. One going to Solihull and one going to Keele University in Stafford. Stafford, am I right? Stoke-on-Trent. Stoke-on-Trent. Yeah, Keele University, Stoke-on-Trent, just outside Stoke-on-Trent. And I managed to again get them delivered, and I got a job from Stoke-on-Trent to where did I get a job to? It said Nottingham, but it wasn't Nottingham. It was between Nottingham and it was a village between Nottingham and Loughborough, which again gets me nearer home. Got me got good money on it and all, and it was five small strips of steel. You know, I could hold them in one hand, so it's all small van. You know, hot shot loads. This is what small van drivers should be doing, not carrying, 7 kegs of beer or 500 kilo pallets. You know, it's proper small van getting stuff moved. And when I finished that job, I I was in Loughborough. I was north of Loughborough. I'd already decided I was going to drive. I thought, well, if that's all I've got for the day, I'm nearly at target. I thought I'll drive to Leicester Forest Services because I'll hopefully get a little job at Leicester. Hopefully it'll get me to Northampton and then I'll finish and I'll have early finish. Well, it didn't quite work out that way because I had to get home as well for 4:30 because I was picking up a car. We bought a car and we had some work done on it with a mechanic, and I was picking it up at 4:30. But there was a job come on there. I was parked at Leicester Forest. No, again for a really good shipper who I do a fair bit of work for, and it was 2 pickups, one in Nuneaton and one in Coventry. And again, it was 2 boxes and it was 2 bags of bolts, very small stuff. It's what you do, it's what a small van job is. And it was going to Daventry, although it was going to Woodford House, which is a few miles from Daventry. But again, 22 miles from my house. So I'm finishing and getting home, and I'm over target, well over target for that day. So, yep, I did get home at 4:15. Jumped out of that van. My wife gave me a lift and went and picked the car up. we had a really busy week because we were visiting my auntie in hospital nearly every night. And yeah, got the car that I bought 3 weeks ago and managed to get it in and get the work I wanted done on it. And it's sweet. We've been out in it this weekend. We went out yesterday and we went out today in it. Big Volvo, got a Volvo XC90 template. Very happy with it. I love big cars, and you can put the grandkids in. We had fishing tackle in there. We've got bloody paddleboard, inflatable paddleboards, inflatable bloody kayaks in there. It's just the way you've got a big car, you can shove it all in. But yeah, picked the car up as well. So Thursday, I was knackered Thursday night, thinking, well, I could do with a nice easy day Friday. I'm not far off target. I'm almost at target. And again, a job popped up Friday from the same company. Again, it was a 5:30 start. But I don't mind. Again, I thought, right, I'm just going to do this job and just one little job. That's all I want, and I'm done. And the job I picked up was 2 drops, Stafford and Burton-on-Trent. I've done the Burton-on-Trent drop, so I knew where it was. And there's a beautiful little burger van at Barton Turn, some at Needlewood or something. Someone will put that right. But you go down this little slope at a dead end, and there's a little, beautiful little burger shack. It's a big house on the right. Can't remember what it is, but it's just right where I was delivering. And does some great sausage bacon sandwich and a mug of tea. It's just, yeah, lush. And I was doing that, and I thought, right, I'm just going to sit and I'm waiting for a job home. And if I don't get a job home, I'm going to drive home. I want an early finish. And another good friend, a good shipper of mine, on his own app, a job come up, and I wasn't that far from it. Well, I was. It was 25 miles from it. It was Nottingham, and it was going to Milton Keynes, which again suits me because it gets me near to Northampton. And I phoned up straight away. I didn't even bid for it on the app. I phoned up, and straight away they said, "Brilliant, Dave. We'll get you on it. Saints man, it's yours." So they put it through their app. So it worked through the CX, which in fact, all my jobs in the morning are not going through the CX. The first Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they're not CX jobs. They go through the CX, as in their invoicing system, but they don't go on their jobs, if you see what I mean. Loads, they call it. And that's what we did. We picked up in Nottingham. It was one jiffy bag, again, going to Milton Keynes, right in the centre of Milton Keynes, but it's no problem. Milton Keynes is great. You should get away anyway. It's all ups and verticals and horizontals, and as long as you know where you are, you shouldn't get lost really. And we did that job, and that just put the icing on the cake really for the week. And I was home at 5 to 12. I started at 5:30, and I was home done and paperwork done by 12 o'clock. So Friday afternoon, we had a real nice afternoon. Just chilled out. Went and visited Auntie in hospital, but it just made it a 4.5 day week really. So my mileage for this last week was 1,318 miles, 1,318, which is a lot less I've been doing, but I had not many dead miles. And I did 46.5 hours. That was including going down Sunday, the previous Sunday. I counted that as well. I did 32.5 hours driving, and my money before VAT was 1,052. So I hit my 1,000 target, and I did 52 quid over. With VAT, with the 20%, which I charge, is 1,262 and 40 pence. And then 10% of the gross, which is that, I'm on the flat rate scheme, goes to the VAT man, which is 126.24. And if you're still keeping with me, it gives me a figure of £1,136.16 to me. Obviously, taking away your fuel and your wages and your subscriptions and all that, which is substantial, don't get me wrong, but it's still a really good week. And per day, you divide that by 5, it's £227.23 a day. So it's pretty good. So pleased with that. It's been a good week. This week coming up, the company that I get this loads from early mornings, they don't get anything coming Sunday. Their week doesn't start till Monday. So it's Monday, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They get the early load. So hopefully that continues because it suits me. But so tomorrow I'm not starting early. I haven't got nothing booked in because I've got got a blood, give blood, 3 or 4 tubes of blood for my diabetics to see diabetes. I'm type 2 diabetic, to see if it's all okay. And that's 8:30. I always book the first one I can get because A, there shouldn't be anyone before me, so that it's not going to be late. And B, I can start looking for work as soon as I come out because I only give it's 3 test tubes of blood, 4 test tubes, whatever. And then we're back on the road. Hoping to do 5 days this week. Obviously, Monday will be a later start, but then we're going to try and get 5 good days because the following week after that, it's a bank holiday Monday. So we're doing a 4-day week, and then I'm off on holiday for a week to Cornwall in the new Volvo. We've got a week booked, which we've been this place before. It's just, yeah, really nice. So we're hoping to get a good week this week coming up. So it is small van work. Thanks for your subscriptions. Thanks for liking the videos. Hope you continue to do so. Try and answer every question I can. My back has improved. Bit more exercise. I don't know. It just the spasms have died down a fair bit. I still get a twinge. I still can't stand for long. I had a game of football with the grandkids on Wednesday night. When we had them, we went to the pub and it was okay for 10-15 minutes. They're only 5 and 6, just pottering around with them, but you feel it. I couldn't do anything much more energetic than that. But altogether, everything's hunky dory. So let's hope it continues that way. As I say, if you continue to like and subscribe, ring the bell. I don't know what you have to do. I don't edit it. You know that. You know me by now. What happens? A new position though. Do you like it outside? Neighbours are no neighbours around, so I'm not annoying anybody. And it's just a lovely night. The temperature's 23 degrees. It's nice. But say, like and subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. Any questions, I'll try and answer them. I don't get to them that day. It might be 2 or 3 days later because, to be honest, I don't look back very much because there's not a lot you can do about things in the past. You just got to look forward. Hope everyone's doing all right, having a great weekend. Pity about the Lionesses. I didn't watch it. I was out with the grandchildren. Still done well to get to a final. Don't mention the rugby. England. I watched that yesterday. What a shower of shit England rugby is. I'm going to have a wager with you. I don't even think they'll get out of the group. Argentina will beat England. And someone like Japan might beat them as well in the same group. Just don't rate the rugby. They don't play running rugby. Rugby's throw the ball about, run it, pick it up and run with it, not kick the fucking leather off it. Ex-rugby player here, not happy. But hey, that's just a small thing, isn't it? Anyway, best wishes. Have a good week.